Apa khabar semua? Welcome back to the Khabar Baik Show bersama host anda, Chris MJ. As we all know, the FMCO has been extended and we're wrapping up the third week of this movement control order. Now I hope you and your family are staying safe and doing fine as you tune in here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, we have got an amazing show for you tonight. Now some might even say record-breaking. So don't go anywhere. Sit back, relax, and let's jump right into this week's Khabar Baik. SPM results are out. Congratulations to all the candidates. Now this was the first batch of SPM students who went through PDPR, aka online learning. Now this was definitely a challenge for students, especially for those who may not have had the best resources. However, Kelantan student Engku Muhammad Engku Amri did not let that stop him. You see, since Form 1, Engku has insisted that he would not be using a smartphone as he wanted to focus on his studies. And when all Malaysian students and teachers were required to switch to home-based learning, he was left with no choice. Still wanting to stay true to his vow, he borrowed his father's smartphone when the PDPR first began. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because just by borrowing his dad's smartphone for his studies and learning, Engku scored 11 A's for his SPM examinations. Showing the world, aside from hard work paying off, but really just how powerful and significant a father's love can be. Next, on to some entertainment news. Engineer turned content creator cuts through the fog of fake news and negative chatter with his good news online channel, the Khabar Baik Show. Chris MJ believes the world needs more smiles, laughter and joy. With that in mind, he started a YouTube spot called the Khabar Baik Show early this year. It's like a news channel, the only difference is that I present good news that takes place in Malaysia, explains the 26-year-old content creator. His show format includes interviews with inspiring people who have done Malaysia proud and spread positivity with their deeds for the community. Moving on to some sports, Malaysian math teacher breaks Guinness World Record for highest single leg standing jump, currently holding the record of 1.384 meters. And here to celebrate this with us, please help me welcome Mr. Harinder Sekhon.
Apa khabar Harinder? Oh my goodness, bro. Look at that jersey, man. Oh, Malaysia boleh, Malaysia boleh. How are you, man? Thanks for being here.
No worries, man. I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Everybody's talking about you right now, okay? And you are a Guinness World Record holder now, and not Malaysia Book of Records, Guinness World Record. No, this is globally. But before we actually go into all that, I would like to know more about you first. Like for those of us who are watching right now, who may not have heard about you, maybe you want to introduce yourself a bit more.
Well, my name is Harinder Sekhon. I'm 30 years old. I'm a mathematics teacher and a current national athlete as well. Represented Malaysia in cricket. But I really like playing all kinds of sports. I'm into football, into badminton, really like to swim. And I'm a Man United fan. And
Tell us more about this whole achievement, man. Like, were you, I don't know, like ever since you were a kid, were you dreaming of, being the highest jumper, or did it just suddenly, come to you?
In terms of jumper, no. I mean, I did want to be a athletic sort of person and a sportsman when I grew up. That I definitely knew. But this whole jumping thing, I mean, I've always had it in my sort of fitness regime because I do take my fitness quite seriously. But because of the lockdown and that sort of situation here in Malaysia, I thought of taking it to the next level and regarding the whole jumping thing, seeing how much higher can I jump, how high can I reach, and then really pushing myself to try and break some records and try and be as good as I can be or the best that I can be in terms of just jumping.
You mentioned you take your fitness very seriously. Tell us more about that, because I've been hearing some stuff like apparently your diet is super strict, bro. Like tell us about it.
Yeah, so especially in the whole 4 or 5 months leading to the records and stuff, my diet was really clean. That was very routine based. Every morning was just an apple, oatmeal, wholemeal bread with some jam and stuff like that. Then lunch is brown rice with grilled chicken. Dinner is maybe some pasta with again grilled chicken or grilled fish and stuff like that. No snacks. no fast food, no soft drinks, no sweets, none of that stuff. Yeah, man. And driving past McDonald's every day, just seeing my family members and friends eating, chocolates and things like that. It was difficult. It was really, really hard. But on some days that was harder to take in than my training. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it's already worth it.
Yeah, man, definitely, it's definitely worth it. I mean, especially when you're from an Indian household, the snacks are everywhere, bro. Snacks are everywhere. So yeah, hey, I respect you for that, man. I cannot. I don't think I can. I mean, I do love fitness and all that, but that level of dedication, bro. I mean, that is why you're here today, lah. So Harinder, I'm curious to know. Okay, besides the diet part of things, right? What does it look like in your daily training regimen? Like how The Rock wakes up at like 4 a.m. and he's like, focus, let's get the grind in. So what is your, routine?
I'm not quite 5 a.m. club, but I did sort of pick up yoga in December, January. And for the past few months since then, I've been trying to do it as soon as I wake up in the morning, at least about 15 minutes of yoga in the morning when I wake up. And then I've got to go to work until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And for a couple of months during this whole journey, cricket training was actually on. I mean, now it's off because of the lockdown and things like that. But for about a month or two in this journey, cricket was actually on. So after work, I'd have to go for train until about maybe 6:30, 7, and then I would go back to the school, because the school's where my base is for jump training, and have to drive back there and train until like maybe about 8:30, 9, sometimes 10. And then come back home and have dinner. But when there was no cricket, then it was right after work. When I'm done at about 3:30 or 4, I'd straight away go to the gym at the school, and I'd be there until about 7:30 or 8. And I usually take about 3 hours, a lot of leg work, a lot of plyometric, things like that. But I definitely say that the yoga stuff really helped me, man. Like to get those few more inches and stuff like that. Like really working on my flexibility and my agility, the yoga played a huge part, and I could definitely see an improvement in those small little milestones because of it.
Wow, it sounds like a super productive day, bro. Like, I mean, I don't think you have time to chill. Like, what does your downtime look like?
I do really like watching TV. Like, I like watching like series and stuff like that. But during this time, there wasn't much time for that. I think downtime is I think my downtime was honestly just while I was at training. Whenever I'd shoot a video on my own, or sometimes if my girlfriend would help me out to shoot a video, my downtime was coming back home at night after dinner, during dinner, just like editing these videos and putting in songs and mixing songs into my videos and all that. I do quite enjoy it, but I do think that was my downtime, man. Like, that's what I did for most of my free time when I wasn't training or working and stuff.
Nice. Oh my goodness, that respect, bro, respect. And I love how I love how you are also a teacher. You're not doing this, you're not all day every day jumping. You're also teaching, and that takes a lot of mental energy as well. And you're really living that side hustle life, lah, bro. Really, I truly respect that. So Harinder, what is next for you? I mean, to me, when I achieve a Guinness World Record, right? The next thing I would think of is, what is another record I could break? So what is next for you, man?
So even before I broke the world record, I actually had a national standing long jump record lined up for July. But because of the lockdown, they told me that it's going to have to be postponed. So hopefully, now that we've got this whole 4-phase thing going on, I'm not sure exactly when we'd be able to. But so as soon as they give me the green light for that, that's the next record I'm looking at. But sometime last week, I got confirmation for my second world record for jumping on a box as many times in 1 minute. So maybe I might do another Guinness World Record, because the Guinness World Record body recognizes that they can assess you online and things like that. I mean, it's quite different, and it's a bit weird, because when I did the Malaysian record, like the judges and my friends and my family and colleagues, they were all there. And sometimes in those situations, you can like sort of jog to the back and have a moment to yourself and stuff like that. But when I was doing the Guinness World Record, it's like camera here, camera here, camera here, online, online, online. All eyes are, you don't know where these eyes are, but you know they're watching. And then you've got to take the camera with them, like to measure these boxes, and you got to do it like 5 times and all these sort of things. And one camera's stuck there watching, then you take it back, and just a bit crazy. So I think mentally, when I was doing the Guinness World Record, I think it was a little bit more, I'd say a little bit more shaky. I was a bit more nervous, not just like with what was at stake, but because of like the surrounding and the atmosphere. So maybe I'll do another Guinness World Record.
Maybe, bro. Do it, bro. You're already on a roll, man. Just go for it, man. And it's funny because like you play cricket, right? And you are jumping, and I never once saw anyone jumping in cricket.
Yeah, it's not done very often.
It's not done very often. So I don't know, like you can, now I think after this, volleyball teams will be recruiting you, basketball teams will be.
I wouldn't mind.
Just get this guy. Badminton also, just get this guy. Get Harinder in. That's all in one,
I definitely would have fun.
Oh, by the way, bro, because you're jumping a lot, and now you're recognized globally. Come on, man, you gotta talk about brand partnerships. I don't know, like let's talk about shoes, bro. If you could partner up with one shoe brand, okay, like it's tough, right? It's tough. What brand would it be? Ho.
Bro, if it's shoes, 100% is Asics, man. 100%.
You heard that, Asics? You heard that, guys? You heard that?
It's funny that you bring up shoes because during this like 4 to 5 months, bro, I'm 30 years old and I have not gone through as many pairs of shoes as I have in my 30 years than I have in this past 4 to 5 months. Like honestly, I'd be doing I'd be jumping, I'd be training, I'd be jumping, I'd be doing my thing, and then I'd be doing something and suddenly, my shoe was split. And then it's like, oh damn, time to buy a new shoe. And there was a few times where I was kind of stuck because I had to order it online because of the lockdown and things like that. So there was actually a point in time where I was borrowing my elder brother's shoes and stuff like that. Yeah.
A6, if you're watching this, help Harinder out. His shoes are splitting like every day. So get him a good pair, man. Anyway, Harinder, thanks. Before we wrap up today's conversation, first of all, I just want to say I am proud of you. I think everyone, and everyone watching, without a doubt is proud of you, bro. Like you are carrying the Malaysian flag to greater heights. And we always look at sports, right? But the fact that you just broke a world record, that is something truly amazing. Truly respect that. And it's not something that you just achieved by luck. To everyone who thinks that this was just luck, please step aside, man. The man put in his effort, his initiative, the diet, the training. So it was all grind. There was no slack. And like you said, there was no what was your downtime, right? And clearly physical strength isn't your only trait here, because mentally, I'm sure you're at times you probably felt like giving up. When you were hungry and you wanted a snack, it was good. Definitely it was going to be tough, right, bro? So your mind played a huge part, right? And your dedication, your discipline. So my question to you is this: what is that? What is that core value, that message that you really hold on to your heart that kept you going every day, man?
It's really interesting because when I started this journey, I did have a plan. I did tell myself things might get tough, things might get hard. So do you want to do this and stuff like that? Because for me, it's a chance to do something as an individual. I've always played cricket. I've always been part of a team sport and stuff like that. I've never done something on my own, and this was a good chance for me. And I did tell myself, why am I doing this, and what are the reasons? And I needed to come up with these really strong reasons. So that was one of them, about doing something as an individual in a sporting kind of aspect. And then I also told myself that if I want to challenge myself and be the best, even though in the jumping community and this athletics community, it's huge. There's so many people who are trying to break this record. There's so many people who are attempting and stuff like that. I just told myself, if I want to be the best, which is why I'm starting this, to be the best, I have to take on the big challenges. I have to take on the hard goals and targets and things like that. But and to be honest with you, I never really thought. People are so kind and supportive to me, man. Like the messages and the things, like even you say to me and everyone else that's spoken to me on social media platforms and stuff. It's crazy. They say this one thing that really stands out, which is Malaysia is really proud of you, and you did this for the country and things like that. I never my mind was just mentally so focused on this one thing that I just really didn't think about a lot of other things. And my support system around me was great. Like my family, my girlfriend, my really close friends really understood, man, because I'm sure it wouldn't have been easy for them. My life was just work and jumping. So time for this and that and this and that really wasn't even there much. Like sometimes I wouldn't even see my family. I would come back home if I stayed with them, I'd come back home, but sleep at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, wake up, I'm out by 6:30, and it's just I want to do my videos, I want to do this and that. There's no real time to hang and stuff. But those were the reasons that I had initially at the start of my journey, and I kept them throughout the journey. And I definitely learned a lot of things throughout the journey about myself and how to push myself through something like this. And one thing I think really stands out that I think everybody should take into consideration is, no matter what you're doing in your life or how old you are or where you come from or anything like that, I think if there's something that you want to achieve or that you're trying to do, just always have that self-belief and that self-confidence. That's on my worst days, that's all I thought of mentally, that what, I can do it, and I'm gonna do it. And just that self-belief will really push you through.
That is great stuff. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first from Harinder Sekhon. Know your why, work your butt off and just do it, man. And Harinder, I just want to say, you are right. You're seeing all these messages for a reason. It's because the country is behind you, and we are only here to support, man. No hate. So all the best, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks everyone that's listening as well. Thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I'm really grateful to be on the show.
And that is all the time we have this week, ladies and gentlemen. Before we sign off, I just want to say a happy Father's Day to all of the dads watching. We love you and we truly are grateful for you. And to my dad, I want to say, Papa, thanks for all your support and wisdom. I love you, and without you, the Khabar Baik Show would not have been possible. Legit, guy helped me paint the walls. And if you guys enjoyed the videos and do want to be part of the celebration, and I really hope you do, you can DM me on Instagram, tweet me at ChrisMJ, and hit that subscribe button, as we will be back with more and more Khabar Baik next week. This is the Khabar Baik Show with me, Chris MJ, reminding you that if you look for good news, you'll find it. Good night, everyone. See you next week. The first batch of SPM... Nice. Okay. Of SPM students who went through PDPR. You're scrolling too fast.
Oh. Sorry. Episode 25 of the Khabar Baik Show is a wrap, everybody.